Alright guys, so there are definitely deals popping up all over the damn place on Amazon. So, um, ones that I was seeing, this mouse cable is too short. Hold on. Let's look up just ham radio. Man, I mistyped so bad. I'm like, the keyboard is way out of my way because of where everything is, and having like not a proper workspace. So let's go here and see what pops up. Hey, we could even go in here, and we don't want to look at anything really for $1,000, do we? Let's just click all deals. Okay, 10% off of a $26 radio. That's probably firmware locked. That's not a deal. Okay, we've got that one still, the 8-watt radio, 2 batteries, charger. Sorry, not charger. Programming cable, a crappy microphone. But that's like, I think that's a good deal. I just can't afford to buy everything that I see that's a good deal. But yeah, that would be a good deal. I did some testing earlier today too, and I was kind of surprised when I was using the SDR Play. And I tried out all the radios that I have, and what I found was the Baofangs and the Radtels sounded the best, and the UVK5s sounded the worst. So I don't know if that's accurate, but anyway, that's what I witnessed listening to myself. Let's see. There's some really stinky deals. Like, why would you want to buy 2 of these for $48? That's terrible. This radio here, I don't know. It looks okay, but I don't see any reason to buy it. And I don't know about these ones. They're just, like, they'd be cool to try out, but I don't want to pay for them. If they would send them to me to review and then I can give them away to somebody, that would be great. Let's see. This radio here is an interesting radio, and depending on how you buy it, see, it comes with $35. Comes with 2 antennas. One's for the airband, and one's just like an N71 in a charging block. So that's $35 if you're on Prime. And I think that might be the best deal on that radio. I don't know how much that antenna cost. Maybe it's not worth $5 more. But that radio is normally $29 without that extra antenna. This one's $24. This is the one I have. I really, really like this radio. And I found today that it sounds really good on transmit. Although I don't know if it's clean on transmit. I haven't gotten around to doing those tests yet. I'm pretty sure it's probably not, but whatever. Let's see what else is on here. There's a lot of these other variants, the GT5R, and some people say that these radios are cleaner. And it does say it's FCC compliant version, but who cares? And see, your typical cable, $7, somewhere around there. There's that radio. It's $29 with Prime. And when you buy it like this, you don't get anything extra. I don't know. It doesn't show what you get. I'm not going to bother to look it up. I just know it doesn't come with as much. Radtel just keeps playing around with their prices. So this one's $32 now. It was $36. It was $29. It was less. It's a good radio. It's definitely better than a lot of the Baofangs. It sounds really good on transmit. I haven't checked its, spectral purity. Boy, I get these bugs flying around in here, and they're like little gnats, and they actually will bite you. Kind of like a fruit fly gnat. Okay, here's the one. I think this is probably a pretty good deal too. About $20, 22 with $2 coupon. 2 batteries, a UV5R, the microphone, the 771, and the program cable. And if you just need a program cable, this is a good deal. You got an extra radio and a programming cable, and I believe it's the new one. I've got old cables that just don't work anymore because Windows has blocked them. So that's my next trick is, okay, I need to figure out how can I use Chirp in Ubuntu and how can I get that cable to work in Ubuntu. And I think maybe I did it a long time ago on an older computer, but I can't remember. So I did try it a couple of days ago on a different installation of this same operating system, and I wasn't able to get it to work. But I wasn't trying to use the newer cable. So I don't know what it would all require in order to make that driver work. Okay, so here's the other Radtel radio that some people like. I don't like it because of the way it scans. If they would change that, it would be a really cool radio, because on this radio it actually tells you, you can't tell from the advertising, but it tells you, it will tell you the name and the frequency all on both line, and then when you key it up, it'll say what your DCS code is or your PL tone is and all that, and your offset. It's absolutely awesome. There's no indication that it does that until you buy one, and then you'll believe me. But when you set it to scan, it stops on the first thing, and that's it. It's done scanning. The only way it'll scan again is if you restart it. And I don't like that. So I got rid of it. This is a do not buy radio. This radio here has spurs, and it's completely locked to the ham bands. And so it's absolutely worthless. There's no reason to buy this radio. Not any at all. It doesn't have the flashlight on the bottom. It's this only thing that it has that the Baofeng that it looks like doesn't have is it has these extra buttons right here. Okay, and that's cool, but it doesn't do anything else. It doesn't sound any better. It doesn't work any better. I still have one over here. So I'm just waiting to give it to a new ham that just passed their license or something like that, and it's sitting here in the box. I'm never going to use it. Let's see what else we got on here. But anyway, the thing, like I was just saying with the radio, I really shouldn't even give it to a new ham, because here's the thing. We know it's got spurs on 2 meters and 440. I mean, really, really bad. And several people have tested it and shown that. Here's the UV88. This is a great radio from TYT. It looks like it comes with a programming cable. It's $32 with 20% off. So that's going to be like $6 off of that price or something like that, I think. That's not bad. This radio can also, I think, if I'm not mistaken, can accept the TP8 Plus UV. What is it? I don't know. The TP8 Plus that has the USB on the battery. This one does not, as far as I know. But you can get the other battery that does. And the Baofeng version is really, really, really similar. But I think it's all of them are locked on Amazon. It's called a TP Plus or a PVU15 or a UV15, I think. And I had one and I really kind of liked it. So I tested this one today too. It didn't sound good on 2 meters on the SDR Play. Although, you know, I'm sitting here pretty close to it, but it's hooked to my outside antenna. So anyway, what else we got? Like, we type in ham radio, and all we really, really see is just, you know, VHF stuff. Some of these DMR radios can run that Open GD 88 or whatever it is. So anyway, more lately, I'm interested in like projects and test equipment, and I probably typed that in there funny, and it probably didn't come up well. Multimeter. Let's see what we get for multimeters. Okay, $4,000 and 80. Get it by tomorrow. You know, we get this. Okay, we don't want anything over $58. Okay. Sometimes, though, you won't see all the deals. It's probably going to reset it anyway. Okay, so I don't know about this one here, but they got $8 off of it, which makes it $31. Some of these are pretty obvious to not buy. They're just really crappy looking, especially when you see that there's hardly any digits on the display. That's usually a giveaway. I'd probably avoid all the Klein Tools stuff. They're charging you for their name. I would definitely avoid all these Anag meters. Like I said before, if you are working in automotive and you want to test AC ripple on a DC alternator, you will not be able to, because this stupid meter has an automatic. Let me show it to you. You see voltage? It's got a line across the top and a squiggle on the bottom. It is defaulted. I don't know, maybe you can switch it, but it's an automatic AC or DC detection circuit, and so you won't be able to get it to work right. Anyway, you don't want something like that. This one here, $26 with a 15% coupon, and I think that's a good choice right there. That one there, they say it comes with a really nice case. It comes with some decent alligator clips. It doesn't run on your typical 9-volt battery. I try to avoid meters with 9-volt batteries. This is the one right here that I have that I can tell you I like it a lot. It's actually $17.05, and I think that is probably the best deal that they have going, other than maybe if you don't mind spending like twice as much money, then you can buy their 20,000 count 4.5 meter. And this one here, you can see it has some extra stuff on it. It's the 18Z3, and they keep playing games with when it will be available and when its price is. For a while, it was $35, and then you couldn't get it at all, and then all of a sudden you could get it again, and it's always 7 in stock. So I would just kind of watch that one and just wait if you don't need a meter, because I think they'll probably end up lowering their price. Some of the other ones in here, there are several meters that, like, see here, this one here might be okay. The 2000 count is $15 with a 17% coupon. But I mean, like, for me, like, it's got to be like either look like a really quality meter, or it just has to be like absolutely silly amazing price. These ones look okay. I definitely want rubber around the meter, either a case or injection molded or whatever. But you know, it's a little bit of protection. I don't want any of these solid. This one here is rubber. This is another good choice for just a very basic meter, but you're kind of paying for the X-Tech name, I think. Let's see. And you have these Mestex. For some reason, it usually when I click on them, it says they will not ship them to Arizona. I have no idea what the reason is. Usually that's something they do to people in California. So, like I've said before, you want the highest count meter that you can possibly get with the most resolution. And, you know, a lot of these are 2,000, 6,000 count. That'd be fine. But if you can get more than that for even less money, then you're doing good. Here's another one. I like this one. I was thinking about trying it. It's a $15.99 with a 25% coupon. It's going to be about $13 or something with tax. And it looks like it's about a medium-sized meter from the documentation I've seen. Those are fake pictures, so we can't tell from there. Somebody, I think, maybe complained about one of these meters, saying that the meter goes to sleep, but it still leaves the screen on, and it acts like it's not working, and you think the meter's broken, but really you have to just turn it on and off. I thought, well, that's kind of crappy. So here's X-Tech meters. They're okay. I think this one would be a good meter. Has transistor tester. It's very Fluke 17B-ish. Let's see. Does it have the thing combined, though? I think maybe it... voltage. So there's just a V. And so then maybe you have to select AC. I don't know. Let's see. they show the complimentary fuses. So you can see the guy's hand there. You get an idea kind of how big it is. But $28 with a 10% coupon. So that's not too bad. 6,000 count, I believe. Anyway, then you have this one here. It's not too bad. But there's no, like, okay, this is such a great deal kind of thing popping up right now. Tomorrow, you know, maybe they'll have something, you know, in the morning. It's after midnight now, but I'm not seeing anything that has suddenly been added. I really, really enjoy looking for these deals and sharing them with you guys because they're just like, sometimes the deals are just like nuts. And I know, like, not everybody wants to sit here and scroll through Amazon. And, you know, so it's cool when I can find interesting stuff and, you know, share it with you. I wish they would make, like, just a cheap ESR, LCR meter. The problem with these LCR meters is that they don't read the ESR of a capacitor. So you're really left to wonder, you know, if the capacitor is good or bad anyways. What is this? This is quite the interesting looking deal. Manual ranging meter. It doesn't say how many count it is. I would just pretty much avoid those kind of meters. And definitely avoid these type unless, like, you just have nothing else. And definitely avoid those. And avoid these. And most of the time, don't use one of these unless you're measuring DC amps on a clamp meter. And expect to pay a little bit of money for a DC clamp meter. They're just not... there's a little more complication in measuring DC amps through a clamp than there is AC. Here is another, like, copy of an Aneg, which means that you probably don't want this. And it's also 6,000 count. So we kind of wonder who's telling the truth here. Come on. It's really annoying when I try and scroll over the thing and it won't do it. It's like, okay. So yes, it's got, like, the voltage with the AC and the DC combined symbol. No, you don't want anything like that. There's no reason to buy those. $21 for this VC something or other. And this looks okay. It looks like it's got a no contact up the top. So this measures AC, DC, ohms, diodes, continuity, capacitor, frequency, temperature, no contact voltage, microamps, milliamps, and amps. A VC837. It'll probably show up with a name on it when you buy it. They don't want to show it in the picture. $21. I want to see, like, a picture of, like, maybe somebody holding. It's a Proster. And this company, they seem to have some promising meters, if you ask me. But that doesn't look... That's not the meter in the pictures. Yeah, that ain't it. Okay, it's this one. All right. That's weird how it had the wrong meter. See how it says VICI? So this particular type of meter has been copied a bunch of times, and I think this looks like a pretty good meter. The size of it is actually in between the other one, and the other one is a little bit large, actually. So this is kind of maybe a little more compact, but you're not going to put it in your, you know, your pocket. I don't know, what is this one? It looks really like a Fluke. What is it? Man. You notice nobody wants to make a yellow meter? Boy, I can't tell what it is because their picture's so terrible. No, what I'm thinking it is I'm thinking it's the meter above. And his camera is just kind of funky. Because I can see where it says Proster right here. And it says Spencer in Seattle. All right.
For your wires. And note that this is a 3-port multimeter. your common and then for your different ranges. And in terms of settings, it's pretty standard. Take a look at the picture. You'll see you've got the alternating.
I can't read it.
And so on. Importantly, I think it does have a hold button and it has the max button. I like the max because straight up multimeter, one function it does have is this little stand here. So it'll stand upright, pain in the neck. And it's also hand size. So it seems to me like a pretty good multimeter. I've been using it just to test some batteries. Tell if it's exact, but the numbers I've been getting have been consistent with my other multimeter. So it seems pretty good.
All right, I don't know what that one is. I don't think that's the one we're looking at here, is it? I don't think so. So that was a completely different meter by another company. But anyway, this one here and the Proster meters, I want to check those out. We'll see. We'll find one. Okay, they've got them here. These Victor meters too. I don't know. They're like lots of other different brands. The Fluke 101 went up. Tech Power, don't know anything about those. This is another one of these meters. Now let's see here. Now, lots of these meters are made by the same company, so you kind of got to do your homework and kind of pay attention to what's what. I think the reason we're not seeing the other meter is because we're searching a very low price, and it's probably just not going to show up. So if you need any of these other type of things, make sure you pick a meter that like possibly comes with other stuff that you need, because they will nickel and dime you for all the other stuff. It's unreal, like how bad it is. I'm not seeing the meter. I used to have one of these. I used to use it in tech school in a Nova. And I think it was a 3320. It's a true RMS meter. I don't remember if they were that much back then or not. Here's another Proster. This is a copy kind of a Fluke. And I think these are pretty cool. I just really like the bar graph across the thing and just the linear buttons and all that. Unfortunately, we have combined voltage in AC and DC. So, like, I would never buy this meter for that reason. Let's see what else we got. And it's a Mess Tech right here with a 30% coupon. It looks like it takes double A's. That would be nice. Those are double A's. Like, seriously, because double A's are like, for rechargeable, they're just a lot better than triples. And a lot of these meters either use triples or 9-volt batteries. And I'm not a fan of 9-volt batteries, and I'm not a fan of triple A's. Alright, so this is 6,000 count. And it looks like you can get it in orange or red. Sold by Chung Feng. I don't know what this one is. Anyway. Same one. Alright, well. I didn't really see anything good. Let's see if we click all discounts. Show us something good, guys. No. Amazon's just all smoke and mirrors up until the deal. I think this one would be awesome if it had AA batteries. So I would say this is the best one you're gonna buy. $17. It says 18. If you look down here, it's 17. Or you could buy the $19 one if you want the temperature instead. You got to search for it. That's the 19B, but it's not listed in that group of meters for some reason, even though it's the same seller and company. And they have like 5 other types of meters all listed in that same one. So, yeah, that one here, the $15 one, that one's a good one, probably. The other thing you could do, is get those oscilloscope meters. I use mine like constantly. I haven't had any problems with the buttons yet. Like this one, the buttons were kind of cracking and falling apart, but so far they haven't gotten any worse. And I don't know if it was a defect or somebody. It looked like it might have been used, and they ran them on a really cheap price. And immediately when I complained to the seller, they just told me to keep it and gave me my money back. So I think they were up to something shady. You know, they're trying to sell a used meter as new for $39. And you know, when we know those things are usually $70 or $80, something wasn't right. Let's see. There is just nothing, guys. Crap. Okay. So let's get our caps lock off in here. Oscilloscope. Oscillating tool. Yes, that's what we want. Oscillator blades. What are oscillator blades? Let's see what that is. Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm like, okay. Okay, so I love oscilloscopes, but you know, it's really hard for me to find a use for them every day. All discounts. Okay. I think the Finersi scope is probably the one to get because it has a signal generator in it. I don't know much about those other handhelds. I think this is a really good one too, but the signal generator in it is not very good, and it's useless. You could buy one of these and be able to test transistors and other things. And they vary in prices quite a bit. I've seen this one for $21, so it'll probably show up in the results. This is the cheapest I've seen the 703 lately. The 703 is like twice as much bandwidth as the 702 and 25,000 count meter instead of a 999. So those are definitely good. My friend has that one. I have the 702, and here's the 702 for $62, and that's probably as cheap as you're going to find it right now. Here's one of these scopes if you just needed a little tiny scope for $31. You know, the bandwidth is not going to be very high, and I don't know, you know, what you're going to be working on or how, you know, high you really need. If you're looking at simple stuff and not like really complicated, probably doesn't need to be more than 10 megahertz or even probably even that. So, and then Handtech makes these PC lab scopes too. Some of them have like 4 or 5 channels on them. But another thing, make sure you get the probes that you need with your scope, because you might have to pay $14 for some crappy probes, and they're not good probes, trust me. You get what you pay for on those for sure. So when you get a little pocket scope, you know, you want to make sure it comes with probes, or, you know, because some of them don't, or some of them only come with one, or they, you know, come with something like this instead. Here, look at this thing, $72. Why? I gotta get back up to the top here on here because I'm okay. I am looking at Prime. Let's go here, and we need to reduce this price. I don't want to see anything else. Just show me all that cheap crap. $28 for that one. That's new. I've never seen that. It's got buttons in a different spot. Don't know about that one. But there's definitely one for $21. You just got to dig for it. It's going to be in here somewhere. Interesting. Yeah, not on there now. Anyway, oscilloscopes, soldering stations, nano VNAs. They don't seem to be putting anything on sale. Nano VNA. I'd like to get a larger screen nano VNA, personally. $52. That's pretty cheap. I like this company here. This is the one that I bought, the Arusnik or whatever. They're on the list of approved vendors for these. There are some vendors that are not approved and necessarily not counterfeit, but there are counterfeit copies of these. This is one of the sellers that's approved, so you should keep that in mind. For $97, somewhere around that, you can buy the bigger one. I always get a $12 coupon, so that's not too bad. This one is $82 with a $6 coupon. So 76, and then the other one is going to be 85. So this is definitely cheaper. So that's probably a pretty good deal on that. There's only 11 left, so those could disappear quite quickly. $45 for this one. I'm not sure I've seen one for much less than that, to be honest. 45, 49, 45. They're starting to come down. 52. This is that tiny PFA. We don't know what the hell that is. It says it's based off of the regular one, but it's got some other thing. It's for reading phase frequency. So if you know what that is, let us know down in the comments, because that's a pretty good price for something that looks like an H4 Nano VNA with different software. 89. Here's the kit to test and learn how the circuits work, and they vary in prices. I bought one for $6, and immediately it went up to $12 after I ordered it. So I'm not sure what's up with that, but, you know, just like everything else on Amazon, they play games with prices. You know, one day it could be this, one day it could be that. So, always with Amazon, if you see a price and something that you want to buy, and you can afford to do it, and it looks like a good deal, just go ahead and do it, because 20 minutes from now, it might not even be on there. 45, these are the semi-enclosed ones. I've told you guys that those are not necessarily good. If you want to buy one, go for it. Also, keep in mind that those are probably going to have the oldest possible firmware on them whatsoever. And also, if you buy the test board, there are different test boards out there. Make sure you can get the instructions for the one that you're buying. They're not all the same, and they're not real intuitive on how to actually, what you need to change on your settings on your Nano VNA. This is another nice one where you can actually plug circuits into here, like crystals and stuff. And you can use your Nano VNA to read and sweep a crystal. I think there's a picture of them doing such in here. Not in that one, but anyway. That's something that I need to try and do here. I haven't tried yet. Here's a good deal. So this one comes with the board. Like, okay, so usually the Nano VNA is going to be $58, and the board is going to be $12. So what does that come to? $60, $70. So, yeah, it's an okay bundle, I guess. This one's a little bit different. There's different ones. Anyway, that could be a good deal, but, you know, there's no reason to, like, be obligated to buy that one. It's not that good of a deal. I think at this point we're seeing repeats of the same stuff. Here's $59 with the board, but it looks like it might have some far out shipping. Okay, no, July 7th. So, which one is this? Is this the one that's semi-enclosed? Nope. Okay, so it comes with a board. Latest SD card slot design. I'm not really knew that there was an issue with that. What does it say on here? Some of these are not electrostatic protected. Very tiny handheld. I think this is one of the old ones. It's not electrostatically protected. Avoid static discharge. So, if I'm not mistaken, this is definitely not one you want to buy. Okay, so if we look at this one, it will have the same thing. Okay. So we need to find one of the other ones, and we'll start at the very top, and we'll go to the one that I know, and the #1 bestseller. We will look and see. It will say, oh, it says the same thing. All right, well, hardware version. Yeah, so I don't think it's 3.6. Hold on a second. This is driving me nuts here. Okay. We got it right here. I got you guys covered. Let's get this thing out here. All right. What does this one say? This one says it's version 3.6. It says avoid static discharge. Okay. I thought one of them said it had static discharge protection, and it might, but I'm not 100% sure. Now let's take a look at the Tiny SA. All right. It says the same thing. Okay. Anyway, one of them has protection, one of them doesn't. I don't know what the deal is. I feel really guilty. I got this Tiny SA sitting in the box, and I've only fiddled with it for a couple of minutes. I need to mess with it. Anyway, so I guess there's no truth to what I just said. So, that other one would be perfectly fine. Okay. $80. I'll bet we won't see any of the big ones. $79 right here. Okay, that's probably the cheapest 4-inch one you're going to get. 78? I lied. Are they going to have more? So, $64 with the board. A replacement case. Page 2. Look at on page 2. $45. 59. So this I think would be the good one to get. You're gonna get the board in this one, and it looks like it has 3.6. It looks like it's the latest, but it might not be. But it'll work. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's not like the end of the world. Now, here's this one. This one comes... What? This is a 4-inch one. Oh, man. I think it is. Wait a minute. I think they're pulling the fast one here. Okay, so you see they show the 4-inch, and then now they show the other one. See, 2.8-inch screen. Okay. That one there is not 2.8-inch screen. So, what am I getting here? Am I getting this? Is there any reviews on this? $48? This is a different one. This says $59 with this. I'm confused. What the hell am I even looking at here? It says this bundle contains 2 items. And so, okay, in the bundle is the $48 this one and this. Unlike what it shows in the picture. So you will not get that one, but you will get this one and let's see, 3.6. That's a good deal. So they're charging basically $11 for this and $48 for that. They're selling it to you as a bundle for $59. But here's what you can do if you don't want that. You can go ahead and buy them both and just send the other part back, and you'll end up getting a Nano VNA for $48.92. They cannot make you keep the other thing, especially if it's broken. And some of them are. Like I need to return my test board because I don't think my test board works right. I've got a couple things that just don't read no matter what I do, but everything else reads. So anyway, yeah, there's definitely some stuff on here. $45, they don't want that one. An attenuator, not large enough to do anything special by itself. So anyway, guys, just thought we would kind of sit here and poke around and see if we could find any kind of deals. It looks like, Nano VNAs, there's definitely deals. Tiny SA. 89 is too much. $69. Let's go. All discounts. 89. 52. That's not a Nano VNA. 65. 59. That's also not a Nano VNA. I hate how they do that. A lot of these are not Nano VNAs. Okay. Maybe we can't do... Okay. $69. 65. That's a VNA. 65 with 16% coupon. 59. So 59 is probably going to be pretty good. But keep in mind, if you buy the Ultra, you can actually use it as a receiver and put headphones on it. Cannot do that with the other one. Also, the other one, you would not be able to look at spurs on 2 meters and 440 at the same time because it doesn't cover both bands on one port. So keep that in mind. So anyway, that's about it for me. I'm getting tired. It's getting late. So we'll catch you guys later. Stay tuned.